Alright guys, it is nighttime, and of course we're going to do some fun stuff, but we're not doing it with the charger, no, because last time, carnage, nothing but carnage, broken stuff. Take the body off for you guys. Yes, as we can see, not good. It's not supposed to do that. What happened is that bottom part right there yanked out, and the drive shaft bent. But we have an anvil. What you do is just tap that with a hammer, and you can straighten that out. That's not a problem. As far as this piece goes, it'll get a new anodized purple one. So that's it. That cannot play tonight, but we do have something. Ta-da! The buggy. Oh yes. Even with a bad servo, it still steers just a little bit. You can hear it. Bad servo, but we're going out anyways. So let's go enjoy the dark. All right, everybody knows what this is. This is the parking lot. Ready to get some destruction going on. So here we go. Let's get some speed runs going. All right, now we're set up perfectly. There we go. Got the buggy ready to go. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Shut. Well, this sucks. The battery's not charged. Let's get another battery in there. Okay, I know it's dark. Probably can't see me very well, so as you can see, the lights do work, but we need to change out that battery. So let's change that battery out. There goes light. Okay. Pull the pins, put those out of the way, remove the body. Simple, simple, nice peasy, easy. Nice and easy, peas and easy, or I'm not drunk, honestly, I just forgot it. Easy peasy, nice and easy. There we go. You gotta forgive me. It's Friday. I had a long day. But I'm always down to make content for you guys. How about that? Okay. Put the pins back in. Oh no, there goes a pin. Okay, got a pin. This isn't easy doing this in the dark. This kind of sucks. Okay. Light number one, haha. Light number two, haha. And let's get some more tape on there. Tape it real good so we don't lose the lights like we did last time during the charger episode. And this time we'll go balls out, but not towards the camera, because that's just not very good. Okay, there we go. I think we're losing a light. That's not good. Alright, let's see. Maybe that battery's not charged very well. I don't know. Let's find out. Let me set up the camera for you guys. Alright, battery's good. Lights are on. Time for carnage. Here we go. A little adjustment. Alright, here we go. Well, that kind of sucked. I guess the servo's fried completely. I couldn't steer at all. Check that out. No servo. So let's go straight into changing that thing. I'll show you step by step. Alright, we're back at the workbench, and here is the servo here. We're going to go ahead and do this servo. I got scissors around here. Give me a second. Okay, got some scissors. Okay. And the main thing when doing these servos is, okay, you got a bunch of little pieces here, but it should match the inside of there. But the important thing on the servo is you got to make sure the end is the correct end. Some of them are different. So make sure when you order it, you know, kind of look at it, make sure it's the same here, but you want to make sure that end is the correct end. So that's pretty important, so definitely pay attention to that. We'll get all this tape off. I definitely like doing the night videos. They're pretty fun. The only bad thing is sometimes there's some carnage involved, and that boils down to having extra parts. If you don't have the extra parts, probably should run them in the daytime. Like I said, I got the parts box. I tend to hit things, so I always have extra parts. It's just what it is. Also, when you have a lot of batteries, it's a good idea. Label them. That way you know what's what. You know, because you don't want to just have stuff laying around, not know if it's good, not good. You know, all that good stuff. But enough of the waffling. Let's get into it. Alright, first thing we're going to do so we can get to the servo is we're going to take off this cover here. You got two little bolts, two big bolts, and you have the same in the back. So we'll start with the small bolts. As you can see, we're going to do these, then those, these ones, and then these little ones. That's what we're doing. And what I do is I like to set them out the way I take them out. Unless it just stays in the piece, then I don't sweat it. But I set them in the order and like they are when I take them off the car. That way you don't mix them up. It's just a good thing to do. See? I'll set this over here. Seeing if, yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. And same thing for these ones. See how I'm kind of setting them in a certain way. Probably doesn't look like nothing where you're sitting, but something like that. I mean, you can't really mix them up. They're two different sizes, but this is just a precautionary thing I've always done. I always set my bolts out a certain way. Like when I did my transmission for the Buick, I set out a piece of cardboard and I poked the bolts in the pattern the same as the transmission pan. And I was thankful I did that because the bolts were different sizes. And if I wouldn't have done that, I would have mixed up the sizes on the bolts. And then I would have been really SOL. Ooh, as you can see, I got a future problem. This isn't good. Let me get something out here. Okay, here's a future problem here. As you can see, that's a bolt head, so that's not good. And there's the rest of the bolt right there. That's really not good. And this is the mount for your motor, so yeah, not cool. I'm going to do the super glue finger trick, and if that doesn't work, I guess I'll do a future video and I'll install a purple motor mount, because I want all my motor mount bolts to be on there, because that's what helps give you the strength. Alright, it's my little box of razors. I always keep them in a box for safety. I don't like leaving razors laying around. At least not brand new, shiny, real good ones. So your wire has this little zip tie on it. You just cut that zip tie. We'll just use the scissors. How's that? That's a little safer. There we go. And I cut the zip tie, so that's off now. Okay, now you can see that there's your servo right there, and you got the linkage going to it. So we're going to go ahead and take an Allen wrench, and we're going to remove that. And I don't think that's the right size. I don't think so. We'll just do it over here then. Nope, wrong size. Well, that's a little sucker. I don't know if that's. Oh, there we go. We got the Allen wrench right in there, so we're gonna go ahead and remove that one. Remove that linkage. Remember, some of these can have Loctite on them, so sometimes they don't want to come loose. And we lucked out. That came out really nice. That linkage is right off there, so we're good. Okay, and so your servo's right here, so if you turn around the car, there's the bolts to the servo. So we're going to go ahead and take those bolts off. Now, I'm going to put these in front of the charger over here to keep these separate from those ones so I don't mix them up. And there we go. That bolt came out and the servo just fell right out. See? Pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do, so we're going to wiggle the wire off. And there we go. And we're doing good. It's the same one, so we're doing awesome. And remember, there's a back and a front on here, so don't mix that up. Okay? Alright, so here's the old one. We'll just set the car to the side for now. And we're going to go ahead and take that off there, because we're going to use that on our new one. So, got the old handy dandy screwdriver. Remember, RC cars are pretty easy, and if you don't know how to do it, just watch some YouTube. That's why we're here. Because someone has probably thrashed their car enough that they already did the problem, or had to fix the problem. Alright, so that's the way that is. That's the way that is. So we're going to go ahead and stick that on there. Like so. And we're going to put the bolt on there. In this case, it's a Phillips screw. Remember, don't over tighten these because it's all plastic and it'll get screwed up. So once you feel that stop, you're good, and you'll see it's sent home. It's not sticking out. So we're doing pretty good. All right. So we got a cover on the old one, so we're going to take that cover off to mount that to the car. So there's the old one, and we'll just stick that next to the charger. So we're going to stick this cover over the new one. So now we can mount that to the car. Alright, so we're going to stick this right where this needs to be in the car. And remember, I showed you how to make these magnetic. Run a magnet on them, and it'll hold it. Stick that on there like so. And what we're doing is we're gonna stick this through the body of the car and line it up with a hole, and then there we go. You can see the 2 holes right there. So we're going to stick that in there like so. And we got this, which has the holes, and we're going to line her up. Not too hard. And as soon as she's in the right spot, she'll catch. There we go. I felt it catch a little bit, so now I'm going to grab the other one. Do the exact same thing. Take your magnetic screwdriver. It'll hold the bolt. Stick her through the hole. Wiggle this around until she gets in the hole and she'll catch. Now we're just going to send these home. Remember, just like the other stuff, they're going in plastic. Don't over tighten, you'll strip out the plastic. And then your brand new motor won't work. And that'll make you mad. I'm a lefty, so. And you should make sure your motor has these little tiny little tidbits of plastic right here. Those will fit in those holes and line it up, just so you know. That's what those little black dots are. So another way to line it up is make sure those little black dots are where they need to be. So there's no way to really cross thread it because those little black dots will line up. So there's no way you can really screw it up unless you just over tighten these things and strip it. I got faith in you guys. You guys won't do that. Okay. That's that. Now it's actually on there, which is awesome. Just for giggles, so let's go ahead and power her up and see how she works. Oh, kind of helps you plug it in, right? Okay. Remember I said there's a front and a back. Okay? So there's a smooth side on the back and there's a side that's not smooth. The not smooth part goes towards the back of the car. Now we're going to plug that right in where the old one was, right there. So we're going to take that and we're going to stick that right in there like so. And there are guide pins. This thing does have guide pins. Actually, I messed it up. It's going to be smooth side towards the back of the car because you got to line up the guide pins. My mistake. This stuff is not pre-done. I do this the first time with you guys. I don't pre-do it and take it apart and do it again. I do this with you. So there we go. There we go. She works. Woohoo! Alright, and like I said, there's guide pins. So you can't screw it up. You got guide pins. You know where it's supposed to go. Alright. I'm going to spin this little sucker back a little bit. That's how you true your steering a little with these things here. These things are meant to turn this way or that way. So, okay, now we're going the right way. And you can have the plastic ones or the metal ones. It doesn't really matter. They all work the same way. Alright. Okay, what I need to do is I need to move that back just a hair. So, I don't really want to take that off again, so I'm going to remove this piece. I don't like removing important plastic pieces any more than I have to, because the threads after a while will start to get loose. So that's new and that's really tight, so I'm going to keep it that way if I can. So I'm going to remove this little piece of trim here, and that way I can get to that little screw. Because like I said, these little pieces of plastic, you start messing around with them too much and the holes get sloppy for the screws, and you don't want that. So this is how we're going to center it. I removed the screw and we're just going to pop that guy off. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this linkage back on, just like that. Okay, that linkage is nice and good. We're going to straighten out the wheels, and now we're going to drop this on the spline axle. And with the wheels straight, you're good to go. Alright. Now we're going to put this screw right back in there, and we're good to go. Easy way that we don't have to take it off again. Because like I said, everything on these cars is monkey metal and plastic, and you want to take great care not to strip anything out, whether it's monkey metal or plastic. Now we'll put our trim back on, and that sure was a little easier taking the trim off than it was taking all that apart again. So nice and easy. And this one here is a 124019. It's a wltoys. And the good thing I like about the wltoys is if you've got a few of the buggies, depending on the model, but most of these model numbers, they share the same parts with other buggies. So if you have multiples of them, you have parts for everybody, which is pretty nice. Like the wltoys 124019, like this one, a 124017, which is the bluer version, the brushless version. Some of the shorties, they all have the same stuff. You can kind of tell from the shock towers which ones share the same parts. Oh, gotta turn it on. These models here, the 124019s, if you walk away, they turn off automatic. There we go. We're doing good. And if it turns out this motor isn't very strong, we'll just put a better one on. Alright, and we're going to put everything on in the same order that we took it off. We're going to start with the bottom bolts back here. It's actually kind of good I'm doing this because I honestly didn't know I had a motor mount broke, or motor bolt broke. So I'm gonna go on eBay and I'm gonna type in wltoys, the model number, and I'm gonna order a new motor mount just in case I can't get that bolt out. And that's an easy one. It's not that hard. Just say something in the comments if you guys want me to make a video. I'll do a video on that one too. There's nothing to it really. These things are pretty easy for the most part. If you take things off and lay them out in order, and more importantly, lay your bolts out in order, they go together pretty easy. It's nothing really hard. And if you're like me, if you really just can't figure it out, get on your phone and take some snapshots of it before you take it apart. That way you have a reference. And of course, check out the YouTube videos, because if your car's broke, more than likely someone broke it before you, and they probably got a video out there. Alright, she's back together, doing good. Let's put that battery in there. I know this video is a little long, but I wanted to show you step by step how to do this, because this stuff is not hard. So there we go, doing good. And that's how you do it. Brand new steering servo. This is the old one, by the way. I don't know if this name means anything, but that's what came off it, just in case you are curious. And here is the end piece. One side is like that, and the other side is straight. And as we both found out at the same time, the straight part goes towards the back. Like I said, I don't do this before undo it and do it in front of you. I do it at the same time, so I learn just like you do. Alright, that concludes today's video. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you on the trail.